Is the fight really over, or have Nigerians been convinced it is? Because with the recent conversations around amendments to the Electoral Act reportedly signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, many people are now reacting not just politically, but emotionally. We hear words like, it's already decided, the fight is over. But then, pause, because something deeper may be happening right here, and that is psychological defeat. What if this is not just about law or technology? What if this is psychological? In politics, power is not only secured at the ballot box. Sometimes it is secured in the minds of the people. The first thing is weaken public trust, and then you weaken public hope. And finally, the people weaken themselves. At this point, and to be honest, the last phase may already be happening. When citizens begin to openly declare it is over, our votes won't count, this is no longer suppression. That is internalized defeat. And once a society accepts defeat before a contest even begins, the outcome becomes almost irrelevant. Yes, there are concerns about result transmission. It matters. Transparency matters. But let's ask a difficult question. Is the absence or limitation of real-time transmission enough reason for a nation to surrender its democratic will? Or is it becoming a convenient symbol for something else? Accumulated frustration or fatigue? Just note that democracy doesn't just collapse only because the system fails. It collapses when citizens emotionally disengage. Let's look at the broader political landscape. The whole Progressive Congress has demonstrated something very clearly over the years, and that is coordination. They have relentless political survival instincts. Agree or disagree. Politically, they are organized. They don't wait for election seasons to strategize. They build narratives early. They shape perceptions early. And one perception has been consistently reinforced that the opposition is fragmented, the opposition is weak, the opposition cannot win. And over time, repetition turns into belief. Belief then turns into reality. Now let's turn to the opposition because critique must be balanced. Where is the visible preparation? Where is the communication of strategy? Where is your reassurance to supporters? We noticed in 2023 elections, the Labour Party energized millions of Nigerians, but enthusiasm alone doesn't win the election. A critical part of which was overlooked is returning officers. Many observers noted that in several areas, the party lacked adequate representation at critical coalition levels. So the question today is simple. What has changed? What mechanism is being built to secure votes? Because planning without communication does not build momentum, and silence in politics is often interpreted as unpreparedness. And another dangerous narrative is spreading. The fight is over. But who benefits when citizens believe this? Certainly not the democratic accountability. When Nigerians accept loss without contest, without even participating, they're not just losing. That is the lowest form of losing because you did not even lose at the battle. You abandoned the battlefield. So let me ask you directly, how can you agree to defeat without even fighting? How can a nation of over 200 million people conclude there is nothing we can do? Is that realism? Or is it just simply exhaustion being rationalized as logic? And to the opposition, respectfully, does your current posture inspire confidence? Or does it just create another uneasy thought? Is it possible this is a long-term ambition, like early positioning for 2031? Because with the combined visible confrontations, like that of Erufai clash with Neo Rabajo, it tells a story, signs of preparation, or signals that we're already regrouping for the future. Because citizens are not interested in future calculations if the present feels unsecure. Ultimately, democracy demands awareness, and so citizens must remain conscious of what political actors are doing and why they are doing it. And if the opposition believes the fight is still ongoing, then silence is not strategy. They must communicate, they must organize, they must reassure the people because uncertainty weakens momentum, but clarity rebuilds belief. So, is the fight truly over, or are we being drawn into believing that it is? It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.